I am back on the bush. I have quite a lot of hedges left to cut. I was having a really good run and then things went completely pear-shaped when Florence ended up in hospital, because that week I was planning on getting done, or all done by about the roadsides, and then obviously it didn't happen, you know, manana. So I'm up here because I'm being chased by well, it's not the council, what is it, the National Grid. Can you see them pylons? They reckon this hedge has a chance of reaching those wires in the next 12 months. So with that, they're chasing me to get this hedge cut, because they usually send a bloke in here to do it, but he hasn't been yet. And well, we've put him off because, to be honest, he's awful, and I can't stand having to look at it and then having to reshape it every year. And I'm sorry if you're watching and you're the bloke who cuts the hedges for the National Grid people, but I honestly believe that every person in the world has their calling, and I really hope you're still looking for yours. We've got a busy week this week. I'm going to be heading off to Lamma. I think I'm going on the Thursday, but by the time this has come out, I'd have already been to Lamma, so that's pointless, me actually telling you that. And I'm going to take Dad for a trip out, because neither of us have been to Lamma for years. I think it'll be a nice little steady trip. I've got a few people I need to see. The GPS people are going to be there, Sveverken, so I'm going to go and chat with those guys. So I've not actually met them yet, but also I have a big announcement. I might do it this week. I might do it at Lamma. Something massive has happened. I'm making weight. When we were there last time, we looked at we looked at drills. We don't even have arable anymore, and we looked at forklifts, and we're going to be looking at forklifts again, because the telehandler, she's getting tired. I love that thing, but I'm fully aware that I need to be prepared for her dying at some point. She's a good old bush. She's been far too reliable. If she'd been less reliable, we wouldn't still have her. At Christmas Eve, Friends fans. On Christmas Eve, she broke down. Luckily, we managed to get the bits and got her up and running for Christmas, because, oh, can you imagine? So we're going to look at telehandlers and see what's available, what's on the market, compare them. It's a good place to go and see everything. And the other thing is, I'm not a show goer. I do not do shows. I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to a show. It probably was the last time I went to Lamma. Oops, I've just gone through something. Oh no, it's all right, it's just a wire. Anyway, I think it was the last time that we went to Lamma was the last time I actually went to a show, because I don't really do shows. I like being at home, I like getting work done. Just taking a little wander down, because we've got a few cows here on some deferred grazing, but it can be a little bit wet just here. At the bottom, there we are. I'm only in my boots, because tractor driver. We just got some second calvers. They're up here on this sort of deferred grazing, because this was all made hay, and then it was so dry, with this being very light land, that we had to leave it, and then we had so much deferred grass that we've decided to graze it late on. This is some rented ground as well. This isn't ours, that's why it's light, because we don't own any light ground. But it's amazing how well the cows have travelled, because these girls are just out here. They're not having any hay or anything. They've not made a mess at all. Even, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a bit of a valley runs along the bottom there, and that's really wet. Sits a lot of water, and we've had one day when there's been 77 mil of rain. We've had all that snow as well that's now melted, and despite all of that, they're not making a mess at all. The girls are looking well. I just thought I'd come and have a look so Dad doesn't have to. See, they're holding condition quite nicely as well. There's just 12 of them here. So we've still got a fair bit. We've got like the rest of this field and some more back there to do. You can see how little mess they've made. If I just jump the fence, that's on, it got me. Yeah, look, they've not made any mess at all on this grass. It's carried them really well. It does make me think, you know, this kind of ground, if we had some more of this sort of ground, how many cattle we could run if we slowed them up with bales. And in a normal year, you got hay bales, bale graze them. We could put a lot of cattle on this and not have very many cattle on a very big area. Does that make sense? Have a lot of cattle on a small area. That's kind of what I meant to say. If we had a lot of cattle on a small area, we could bale graze this, make very little mess, probably let it just recuperate in the spring, make hay of it again or something like that. And now we're back to the front as well. Look, this is where the cows started. They started here, went up this side of that fence, back down, through here, did that field, and then they're in the next one. And you can see we've got a nice bit of winter growth. Looks quite tidy. Anyway, probably should crack on and do a bit more. Oh, by the way, I've got the old Sveverken GPS up and running. So we've got it on a PPP signal. Don't know what that stands for. PPP? Something positioning, probably. But we've got it on that, which is not as accurate as RTK, but you get it free. So it's, I think RTK is 2.5 centimeters. That's like down to 10 or 5 or something like that. It's good enough for most things that we're going to be doing with it. I've managed to have it on today and calibrated it by doing this thing where you drive up and down the line, sort of same line, and I'm in the steering wheel. It just does it. It just does it itself. I'm excited. I'm excited for the spring when it gets to, well, when a tractor just drives and I don't have to do anything. I feel like a kid in a candy shop, and I don't even like tractors. It's amazing. But I'll tell you the other thing I like about this as well, because it's got its own lead down to the battery, I can leave it on. So if I go for dinner or breakfast or whatever, and I just want to leave it on because I'm coming back, I don't have to sit and wait for all the satellites to pick up again. It stays on, which I think is really good, because to be honest, when they're built into the tractor, I feel like they just turn off and then you have to sit and wait. I think it's really good. I'm very excited to use it. You know what I'm really excited for? I'm excited to see the lines colouring in. Sad as hell, but I want to do that thing where, you know, you drive up one, then you miss one, and then you come back and fill it in. That's gonna make me feel good inside. Right, we're back at the yard, back at the farm. We're going to try and get some cattle over the road. It's going to be a bit of a job because we're on a fairly busy road and people drive like morons. Just back in the water tanker in now because we've got no mains water here. So we've got to have water on a tanker, but we've got a good gateway here we can park it in. This gateway is pretty good for moving the cows across. It's a big double gate and you can see a straight bit of road either side, but the gate's on a corner. So I'm slightly worried about having to stop traffic both sides of the corner, but we'll wangle it somehow. That's just running the water pipe, some extra water pipe in through the gateway. And I've just realised I don't need to worry about blocking the road. I've got a telehandler. Just park it in the way. The girls are here ready to be moved. We've not given them a fresh patch today so we can move them easy. But I hate this. This is the wettest part of this whole farm, I think, just here. The other day we were up there when the snow was melting in that gateway and all off that bank at the top, and the road water was running down in that double gates and then straight down this headland and puddling just here. Because you see it's a bit of a low point. So I did nothing more than when I went and moved the tanker, I took the fork truck bucket and I created a gully. So hopefully now it'll divert everything into the ditch that's on that next hedge rather than sending it down here. But obviously damage is already done for the minute. Right, we'll crack these gates open and Dad's gonna have to bring the water pipe from there straight across. I'll block the road and we'll run these cows over. Just gotta go on my old Gallagher app. Turn the fence off. There we go. Happy days.
These days the night shift cutie at the truck stop knows my name. Threw the candle in the midnight oil and lit up the honky-tonk highway. I see the sun come up cause I ain't been to bed. Gonna have my name cut into a stone when I lay my head. No rest for the wicked, at least for a few 100 miles. I'm running wild, ride the lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried, but I got bad down to my bones. Don't know where I'm going.
To be honest, that wasn't too awful. I'm gonna have to just stop the traffic again because Dad's gonna get the water trough, so he's got to drag that and 200 metres of pipe across the road. But other than that, actually, they came quite nicely and it was pretty quick. A few cars just get a bit annoyed, but it is what it is. If you want to live in the countryside, gotta play by countryside rules.
Life in the backwoods looking for ways out of a one-horse town. I found a 6-string ticket and jumped that westbound train. I only slowed down long enough to stand up on that stage. Cloud 9 is a cloud of dust for the next 1,000 miles. I'm running wild, ride the lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried, but I got bad down to my bones. Don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child. I'm running wild, yeah, I'm running wild. Mama, I'm running wild, yeah, I'm running wild. I'm running with the devil, rolling down the road, riding on the...
Okay, so we've got the girls down in a break fence now at the bottom of the field. So they'll work their way, there's a central fence put up, they'll work their way up here towards the tree where the gateway is, and then they'll work back down the other side because they're going up onto that bank next. But this has actually got quite a lot on it, this field. You can see pretty well what we've got. This post's just been knocked over by the girls. But we've got some stubble turnips in here. This is quite a small one actually, there's quite a few there, look, you can see. And there's quite a lot of kale and forage rape type stuff in it. There's vetches, there's a little bit of phacelia. There is up there quite a bit of grass and some wheat, which again is nice. It makes them carry a little bit better, but also it's really good eating, they love it. And oddly, the wettest part of the field is the tram lines. And I think it's because, you know, with this modern day technology, tram lines are in the same place every year. So they just get a bit rutty, they get a bit stale. But when you're putting the posts in, what you'll notice is that there is a plough pan, probably about 4 or 5 inches underneath the soil surface. It just all of a sudden just goes rock hard. Okay, that's a big turnip, look at that one. So you have to just, it's funny, it's not like back at home where you just break the surface and keep going. But we're officially at Lamma. Dad is here. He's got his 1,000-acre trousers on, so he can try and impress some folks. We're going to head now to hall number 7, because we're going to go and see something very blue and very big and very exciting. Here we go, we found them. So we've just jumped onto the Tapari stand because they have kindly sponsored us a cattle crush. It's going to be coming in a few weeks, and this is Mark from Tapari. Mark's our sort of local rep. What area do you cover?
I cover sort of the north of England, basically. Well, from Midlands to the north of England.
Midlands, yeah. So we're probably at the bottom of Mark's patch, but you know, Mark's our local rep, and he's going to show us around what we're having, because we're going to have one of these lenters, but it's a little bit different to this one. But Mark will tell us about it.
Yeah. So you can operate from the front or the back, and the front head bale is on a lockbox.
Yeah. So that's so. You can just take these off, so you're not knocking our teeth out if you're stood at the front.
Basically, if you work two of you, you're not knocking the front one out.
Yeah.
So
which is good. That's handy.
Then this is obviously a squeeze crush, manually operated. So you have a go on.
So we'll be able to squeeze, keep things tight, because that's one of the things that we find in our current crush. Is because it doesn't squeeze.
Yeah.
You end up with a lot of rattling, and they don't get stressed out, but it's not as easy for them. And then just
and then if you've got calves, you can obviously keep them.
Keep it narrowed
to stop them turning
and then
around.
that will give you have these, I guess you've got these bars here, stop anything
coming through,
sticking its head in, getting trapped,
and that'll go from 750 down to 400.
Wow. So yeah, you can really tighten them up.
The balance, yeah. This is a what we call our two-piece gate. You can lock them together and open up into the side of the crush, and you've got a strong cleated rubber floor. So it keeps the animal calm and then also stops them slipping.
Yeah.
All on slam latches with nylon bushes to keep it quiet.
Yeah, nice and quiet. Do that.
Bit of a rattle.
Yeah, but there's nothing. It's not squeezed up, is it?
No.
So yeah, once it's squeezed up.
And what I always say is, once an animal's in it, reduces the pressure.
Yeah, because it's tight.
Yeah. What I'll show is, so what you'll be getting is a three-piece gate and the injection gate, which is the key bit.
Yeah.
So we've got it on this crush here. As you can see, this has got the injection gate, which locks onto the animal's shoulder, prevents it from moving, and the vet can get an easy for TB testing or vaccination. So locks through.
And that just sort of stretches their neck out a little bit and gives us, stops them rattling backwards and forwards.
Prevents them going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, and it just makes it easy to access. So the vets love, you'd love to say the vets love that.
Yeah, we get lots of recommendations from vets. So.
Yeah, and that operates both sides as well. So if you need to get in the other side, you can do, which is quite good.
And what we said about was this, the three-piece gate. So you've got your first gate here, which becomes your E-panel.
Yeah, so this is really cool. So if you've a lot of these EID readers have a big panel on here, so you can't see anything.
No.
And so if you're still at the back, you can't see what's going on at the front. Whereas what Tapari have done is they've put little bushes on all of these bolts, so that it makes this gate the EID reader, which is just very clever.
Yeah. And then you've got a gate that drops down at the back. Again, if you're doing small calves, you can get in easily. And then you can obviously, again, just open the top gate. Caesareans all getting in.
We're not having any caesareans, we're not planning on that. But it's there just in case.
And then if you need to suckle a calf or clip bellies or anything like that,
you can get down there, and that keeps you pretty safe as well from kicks and whatever else. It's very well thought out. And obviously we've got for calves, for cows.
Yeah, you've got two heights there. The key thing on this as well is that often when you put a bar in, sorry, a bit tight here, that slides into the channel, so it can't slide out. So
yeah. So you can't, because I remember we used to have an old 2-bar crush.
Yeah.
Similar sort of thing. It didn't have these, but it had little bars used to hop it along.
Yeah.
The cow would kick it or whatever, and it's gone.
Yeah. And it stops it coming out. And
so you just bring that back to the end.
Yeah.
And pull it out. Stow it away. In there, lovely.
And then the one other little feature is the vet box. So you've got this kick round at the bottom, kick behind the animal, and in for the vet.
Wow.
So you kept safe from being kicked.
Yeah, that's really smart. And then that just, again, you can just use that one to operate your foot.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing as well, because a lot of vets are like, when they're PDing cows or whatever, they're in here covered in cow muck. You're not having it all over your door handles, which is the worst thing ever, because they love touching stuff when they're covered in cow muck.
Yeah. And again, that gate locks together if you need to.
Oh, so you can have that as a single piece gate.
Yeah.
1 or 2. And I guess these, you can just lock these up out of the way, so it's done. Wow. So hopefully we'll have this in not too long. In a few weeks' time, we'll have one of these in the yard. Very excited. So yeah, big thank you to the guys at Tapari, and to Mark and to Corbin and to everyone else. Giles, who's sorted it out for us. Very excited for it to turn up. It won't be long. That's what I've been told.
I'll promise.
He promises it won't be long. So yeah, very much. Thank you very much, Mark. Really appreciate that. Well, well, well. The cat is out of the bag, eh? And to be quite honest, this is just a scratching of the surface of some of the stuff that's happening on this YouTube channel over the next 12 months. So there is so much more to come, and you might have also noticed that I was wearing some of the new Baldy's Farm merch. It's not out yet. I need to get the camera fixed on my phone so I can take some pictures, put it on the website. Then it'll be out for pre-orders, and you'll be able to order it. We've got a cool looking hoodie and a really sweet t-shirt I had underneath, but obviously you couldn't see it because the hoodie was on. But what I wanted to say is, firstly, thank you to everyone who came and asked for photos and stuff whilst I was at Lamma. I mean, that was incredibly flattering, mainly because I didn't think that anyone really wanted to have a photo with me. I'm just a guy who likes to farm and talk about cows. And it means a lot to me that you think enough of me to want to talk to me, engage with me, watch these videos, and to, you know, go to as far as having photos and stuff with me. It really does mean so much. I can't even articulate it properly. And I just want to say, like, all the stuff that happens with this channel, stuff like the Tapari sponsorship, would never happen without you guys watching at home. I can't do this on my own. If people aren't watching me and engaging, this doesn't happen. When I first started this channel, I never thought for a minute that something like this would happen to me, and that's not why I started this channel. And I hope that comes across, that I just genuinely, authentically love farming and I love talking about cows. And this is just a consequence and a knock-on effect of it. A bloody good one though. Thank you so much to all of you, because I couldn't do it without you. I couldn't. You guys at home are the reason this happens for me, and it's so, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so, I'm so grateful, honestly, from like the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Anyway, until next time, guys, Baldy's Farm, over and out. Have a good one.